Hello lads and ladies, I'm Tsurugi.
And I'm Kentaro.
Welcome to Gaming Tidbits.
Today, we have a special treat for you guys.
That's right, today we're not just reviewing one game, or even two. Today, we're going to tackle 3 games.
We are talking about the 3 games making the Fire Emblem Fates series.
Try to be at peace.
Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, and Fire Emblem Fates Revelations.
Nintendo's taken a route that they normally reserve for Pokemon, making multiple versions of the same game.
However, unlike Pokemon, each version of the game has a different story.
For the sake of review, let's talk about what the games have in common in their story first.
Alright. The first 5 chapters or so of the game are exactly the same in each version. The game starts with the Hoshido army breaking into the Nohr castle while the Avatar lives with their family.
After fighting them, the Avatar whites out and is awoken the next day by their servant. Oh, by the way, the servant changes gender depending on which gender the Avatar is. Your servant tells you that Marx, the Nohr oldest, is waiting for you.
You arrive and do your training, only to be summoned by their father, King Garon. After making it to the castle, the king gives the Avatar a sword. The sword is called the Dark Sword Ganglari.
The king demands that the Avatar use the sword on the prisoners captured in the first battle. But in comes a green-haired ninja called Tsurugi from Hoshido. After the fight, King Garon demands that the Avatar kills the intruders.
The Avatar refuses and the king goes to kill them himself, but they're blocked by the Avatar's brother, Marx. He begs the king to forgive the elder brother. Marx then attempts to subdue the Avatar, but is unable to do so. In the meantime, Tsurugi escapes.
The next day, the king demands that the Avatar take Gans, a prisoner, and go to the Hoshido border. After they get to the Infinite Chasm, the border between Hoshido and Nohr, they come across more Hoshido troops. After they fight, they're ambushed by more enemies, but now, Marx and his siblings have come to help.
The Nohr children murder most of the Hoshido soldiers, and Gans confronts them, saying that they won't make it back. He then takes Gunther by surprise. Gans was ordered to do this by the king. Then the Avatar sword Ganglari lifts them up and throws them into the chasm.
They're saved by Lilith, a dragon spirit. She teleports them to a dreamy place and lets the Avatar rest for a while. Once they return to the bridge, he's knocked out. When he comes back, he's inside a Hoshido camp. They awake to see a woman named Rinka, who has knocked them out. Later, Tsurugi comes and bows to them, offering them a chance to go to Hoshido Castle.
Once at the castle, they meet with Queen Mikoto. She explains that the Avatar is, by birth, part of their family, and was kidnapped by King Ganor and raised as their own. In the middle of that, they're being told about a siege that's being done to a village up north.
The Avatar joins the Hoshido siblings and tries to take down the enemy, created by the Nohr Kingdom. After the fight, the siblings actually recognize the Avatar as their lost sibling, and their emotions range from happy to suspicious.
That night, they sleep in their old room and are given permission from the queen to do as they please. That night, the Avatar looks at a pond.
While they're doing that, they meet up with a dancer named Aqua. She is in a similar position as she was born in Nohr and stolen by Hoshido.
The next day, the Avatar is asked to take Aqua and their party to the fireplace, and on the way there, they're stopped by a hooded figure. The figure tries to take the sword away from the Avatar, summoning a storm in the process, but Mikoto protects the Avatar and ends up dying.
After seeing this, the Avatar turns into a dragon, and then they battle phantom enemies.
Aqua is able to calm down the Avatar, although it almost cost her life. After turning back to their normal state, the Avatar can now fully remember everything that's happened in their past.
The Hoshido siblings are upset over the death of their mother, and they think that the Avatar was sent as a weapon by Nohr to destroy them. The Avatar goes to leave, but Yukihina, another Hoshido sibling, says that that's not what their mom would have wanted. They head to the statue of the sword Yatogumi.
The sword is Hoshido's version of Ganglari and is said to be used by the true hero. It then flies at the Avatar's hand, much to everyone's surprise. Tsurugi interrupts them, letting them know that the Nohr has launched a large-scale assault on Hoshido. Everyone takes to the field of battle, and depending on which version of the game you have, this is where the story will change. In Birthright, most of your missions are normally kill all the enemies or defeat the army general, but it also allows you to replay older levels that you've beaten in the past, allowing you to grind levels and money.
In Conquest, the levels are much more varied, with you defending points of interest, breaking through enemy lines, and catching enemy units. But you can't replay older levels, so once you play a level, you have to move on to the next one.
Finally is Revelations. It has some of the many objectives and levels that Conquest has, and the replayability that Birthright has.
Not only that, but in Conquest and Birthright, you have party members exclusive to those games only. But in Revelations, you can have up to 67 out of the 68 party members from both games join you. And you can even have a special character join your game only in Revelations.
Of course, that's only the difference between them. There's still plenty of other gameplay elements between them that are also very similar.
For example, combat. Each unit can use a certain weapon, and each one has its own weakness. Swords beat axes, axes beat lances and spears beat swords. But now, they added new weapons to this wheel.
They added bows, magic, and hidden weapons to counteract each other, just like magic beats bows, bow beats hidden weapons, and hidden weapons beat magic. But they also interact with the other weapons triangle as well. So now weapons, magic can beat axes, and it gets really confusing. Ugh.
When your units reach a certain level, you can use a class change on them. Not only that, but you'll also be able to put two characters to team them up as one unit. This can help slower moving units go faster when they're teamed up with faster units. And it also makes certain units fall in love with each other.
Certain members that fall in love can make a baby, and well, let's just say that you can add your army later on. Of course, same-sex marriages don't make this possible.
When you aren't fighting enemies, you can head over to My Castle, which lets you choose advisors, trigger certain events, gather resources, and use Street Pass, or even recruit other characters that help run My Castle.
You're even able to play against other people online and locally with 5-on-5 matches. Well, with a great amount of replayability, this is a decent game. But with the same winning strategy every time, the matches get pretty boring. I'd recommend it to people who are new to the game series. I'd give Fire Emblem Fates Birthright an 8 out of 10.
With plenty of maps and varying ways to win, I really enjoyed it. I do wish I could have played certain levels again without having to either restart the level or play the entire game entirely. People who play the games for challenges will certainly enjoy this version. I'll give Fire Emblem Fates Conquest a 7 out of 10.
Finally, with combining the best of the two aspects of both games and allowing you to recruit most of the characters from both games, we give Fire Emblem Fates Revelations a 9 out of 10. With the games all scored up and settled, let's go over some tips and tricks and questions that people might have about the game. You need to have Birthright or Conquest in order to actually play Revelations.
Along with characters, there are several classes special to those games entirely, with their own strengths and weaknesses.
If you see a mounted or flying enemy, someone with a bow or someone with wind magic are your best bet against them.
Along with parallel and promotion seals, there's also merit seals and buddy seals that let you use another ally's class, but it won't work if you try to let them be a class-specific class.
Most of the seals do not reset your level, but the Eternity seal does increase it by 5. I think that just about covers it.
I'm just happy we don't have to do another Japanese game for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What game is it?
It's Digimon World Cyber Sleuth. Anyways, if you guys liked what you saw today, why not give that thumbs up button a click below the video?
Click on the subscribe button if you want to know when we're going to bring out new episodes.
Also, don't forget to leave a comment if you have one, or a question that you'd like answered about the game. But for now, this is Gaming Tidbits, signing out.